Okay, this is my very first YouTube video ever. I've taken some other videos that I'll probably put up on YouTube and let you guys watch, but I'm a little bit nervous to tell you the truth. Colton's behind the camera, and we are trying to make the best of the last 2 hours of our day here. It's March 19th, 2020. Wood ear mushroom, all right, which is a type of jelly fungus, and it's actually good to eat. It supposedly has a lot of medicinal benefits, like, you know, lowering blood pressure and things like that. But I just like to hunt for them, and I like to eat mushrooms. Hunting for them's like on an Easter egg hunt. Whenever you find something, especially if you know what it is, you're really excited to find it. And this time of year, one of the first edible mushrooms that comes out and is plentiful is wood ear, and there's some other ones that we may find. We might find some devil's urns, which is kind of a jelly cup fungus growing up from the ground and from wood on wood. Those are, of course, inedible. They're not edible mushrooms. And then if we're lucky, we might find a morel or two. I wouldn't say it's too early. It was really warm yesterday. It was really warm all day today. Could use a little sun to warm up the fourth floor and pop them up some. Definitely moist enough. It's raining right now. Found some false morels the other day, so I know that they're getting ready to pop. It's just a matter of being in the right place at the right time. So we're going to look around for some wood ear. I like to hunt for wood ear right after a rain, or even during a rain, when it's been raining for like the last 10 or 12 hours. That's whenever they just seem to absorb all that moisture and they pop out, and they're not dried out. They do definitely dry out fast. You're going to find wood ear on dead wood. You can find it on sticks and limbs and logs laying on the ground. You might find it on a dead tree, you know, 30 feet up in the air. Of course, you're not going to get to that unless, like Colton and I did last year, shot it out of the tree with a shotgun. I don't know what the difference is. We're shooting food out of the tree, so that's like legal, right? No different than shooting a squirrel up in the tree. It was a safe area to shoot, and Colton made a good shot and knocked down a big old limb just chock full of wood ear all over it, so that was neat. But and you don't have to worry about the BBs and the pellets being in the, in the fungus in the wood ear, because it goes right through. So you'll find the wood ear on dead sticks, dead limbs. As a matter of fact, you'll find a bunch of wood ear on sticks just the size of your pinky. It doesn't have to be a very big stick. Colton and I saw some walking in. It was on a tiny little stick, and it was a bunch of wood ear, but they were super small, really immature. So we didn't pick any of it, and I think we're going to find some more. So hopefully we do. And then if we get lucky and find some, we'll cook it up for you guys, because it's fun to cook. It goes snap, crackle, and pop everywhere out of the pan. Little bit is the key word, because they're little. I think it's just still early in the season, but we did find some pretty good sized stuff out at our property the other day and harvested it. But these are some little ones. We're still hoping to find a bigger batch or some bigger, more mature ones. And I'm not even going to harvest these because they're still so tiny. But you can see all these little clusters on here. Can you zoom in?
Yeah, I'm zoomed. Colton? Yeah, I'm in.
Okay, awesome. All right, so you can see all these little clusters that are growing on here, and you can see, you know, when you peel one off like this, okay, how pliable this thing is. You can see where it gets its name wood ear. It looks like a little tiny ear. Now you will find them as big as your ear, literally, and they look just like an ear. They're very pliable. They're very jelly-like. You know, I'm going to set this down so that you can see. Can you see around this thing? It looks like.
Here, let me.
That looks cool. Actually, I don't know if you can see that or not.
I'm on it.
Okay, all right, I'm gonna put this down. Okay, kind of zoom in on me here. All right, so you can see this jelly fungus is just really cool. Hopefully we find some bigger stuff, and we can get a better idea what we're looking at there. But that is wood ear, or tree ear, and we're gonna leave this bit alone. We harvested just a little bit back there, but it just didn't have the ear appearance, but it was just a huge cluster of really immature wood ears. So I went ahead and harvested it because I know what it is. And to be honest with you, we probably should have talked about that quite a bit at the beginning of the video, so why not do it now, actually. As far as identification of mushrooms is concerned, now of course there are several deadly species of mushrooms out there in the woods. You really need to know what you're looking at, and you need to be able to firmly 100% identify your mushrooms before you consume them. All mushrooms also need to be cooked. All right, so identification. Identification of mushrooms can't be done with just one field guide or one manual. You need to have numerous manuals or field guides and really know what you're looking at. You may have to take a spore print of that mushroom. You're going to have to remember what type of tree you picked it off of, whether it was a dead tree or a live tree, whether what kind of tree. Was it an elm? Was it a maple? Was it an ash? Was it an oak? Did you find it growing out of the ground, like literally out of the soil? Or did you find it growing on wood, dead wood? Did you find it growing on dead wood slightly buried under the soil? These all make a very big difference as to what type of mushroom that was. So I have several different field guides that I will go through to identify certain mushrooms, and if by the end of the process I am still a little bit sketchy, I might be like 95% sure that it's an edible mushroom, but it's that 5% uncertainty, and if you even have that 5%, then you need to just take some pictures, you know, to try to remember the mushroom, because if you find it again, you know, and I don't know, just for a reference, I keep a library of pictures on my phone and on my computer for reference. But if you got that 5% uncertainty, make sure you leave that mushroom alone and you don't eat it. If you guys want to know what type of mushroom that you have, I really enjoy, as stupid as it is, identifying mushrooms. So you're welcome to meet up with me in the school parking lot at any time, and we'll take a look at the mushrooms that you guys have. I'll bring my field guide and we'll see if we can identify them for you. So if you're uncertain again about mushrooms, make sure that you identify them with me first, which is probably a good idea for anything other than a morel, which most of your parents are going to know how to identify if they don't already. So let's go hunt for some more wood here, see if we can find some bigger ones. I mean, it's a few of them. It's not a huge amount, but at least, you know, they're decent size. So, you know, you can see the texture, you can see the size of that. I'm just going to kind of pull this off right here. Okay. I don't know if that's focusing on them too close. There we go, right there. So there you can see what the wood ear looks like. It's kind of very soft texture on the back, a little fuzzy. Okay, I'm going to pull this one off. Looks like something got a little hungry there. Shoot into that one. A couple of them there. You get some more?